Do you recycle your stuff personally?
I do recycle.
I do.
Yeah, avidly.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I recycle.
Do you know where it ends up?
I do not.
I don't.
No, I don't.
I actually don't.
I always wonder about that.
I know that it's changed recently.
Today's Earth Day. One of the biggest obstacles to a healthy planet is the amount of plastic that we use. So we're here in Washington Square Park to talk to people about how they recycle. Up until last year, 70% of the world's plastic waste specifically ended up in China. Last year, the government of China announced that they weren't going to take any more. And as a result, something like 200 cities in the United States are considering just canceling their recycling programs altogether. And I'm just wondering how that makes you feel.
Like pissed off.
Terrible.
I think that the use of plastic is kind of ridiculous.
The downside of that, obviously, is that it's going to go back in a landfill.
For me, it's just unimaginable because I'm a biologist first, so for me, recycling is like essential.
One of the things that local governments are doing is starting to ban single-use plastic bags from grocery stores. There's been a lot of pushback against plastic straws.
I do support it. I like to use canvas bags when I go grocery shopping.
What they did in where we live is they started charging people a nickel for every plastic bag you take at a grocery store.
Doesn't sound like much, but it actually does make you think, oh, I should take a bag in.
Definitely recognize that, sometimes maybe there is a very real need for those things, but I think we should all be trying to minimize the things that we use on a regular basis, especially single-use items.
I just saw a piece on NPR about microplastics and how they're getting into our food system, and it's really becoming a real problem.
So one of the big problems with recycling here is that lots of the stuff that people do recycle is contaminated with food waste or not sorted properly. So what would you say to people who sort of can't be bothered to take the time to sort things out rightly or wash the things before they recycle them?
They ought to wake up.
Get a life. It's not that hard.
It takes a little more time, but I mean, do we care about, the future?
What we're doing right now affects our children. If we don't deal with it now, we'll have bigger problems coming ahead.
I think that if you don't have the time now, people won't have the time in the future.
A lot of people don't think that one little action that they do is going to have a big effect. But when it's multiplied by thousands or millions of people, it can actually make a difference.